Well, it's been quite a while since the last time that we recorded a podcast. I think it's been about maybe 2 months, maybe even 3 months at this point. We are in a new year, and it's not really a year that's starting out too well. I know every time it's a new year, people start complaining about like, oh, this year's way worse. Already a celebrity died, blah, blah, blah. I'm not sure if we had any celebrities die yet, but we have seen the complete collapse of the U.S. dollar. The stock market's plummeting. Hyperinflation.
My crypto is plummeting.
Yes. It's not looking good. And now, of course, we are maybe facing involvement in World War III. I'm not really sure what that's all about, but here we are back again with another episode of the TrashRats podcast. I'm your host, Rusty Cage, joined as always with my co-host, Mumkey Jones, Simeon Jimmy. And unfortunately, Reactor is not here with us tonight.
Nor will he. He won't be here any night because when crypto crashed, he told me he lost about $250,000 in unrealized Dogecoin gains, and he tragically did commit suicide. Tim, actually, when he found out that his brother, who lives in the same home as him, was dead, Tim celebrated by live streaming that night and not mentioning it at all. So that's probably why you have not heard about it. But indeed, a Reactor has departed.
Yeah, it really has been rough. I know we've been really sloppy on getting these episodes out, but I don't know. I guess we're all just kind of busy doing other things. It's hard to communicate. I mean, I know Reactor, now that he's dead, but even before he was.
We have the Ouija board, but I think it's like a Hasbro one, so I don't know if that actually works.
Yeah, and you have to wait till 3 a.m. It's only 9:15 my time now, so.
Oh, yeah. We got to get J-Station to help out?
Yeah, exactly. Well, how you been, man? What's been up? What's been new?
New is that I was inspired by one Egg White to start going to the gym, and for like the last month or so, I've been going to the gym almost every day. And I've actually really enjoyed it. I think it's really great.
Are you losing weight?
I'm trying to gain weight. I'm trying to build up muscle.
True. I definitely need to start hitting a gym or something. What is it about a gym that's different than just, trying to work out at your house alone with weights or something like that?
I do have dumbbells and a treadmill at home, but I like that they have all these big, crazy contraptions and machines that would cost me like $4,000. I know that you have one of those. You have like gym quality fucking giant equipment just next to your front door. What the fuck?
No, it's just like a cheap home gym. I mean, there's some things that doesn't have that I'd like I don't know, like a squat rack or something. It feels like that's probably the most beneficial in my growing age, so I can build a stronger back, but definitely got to start doing some cardio. I've been stuck inside just working on 3 different projects and really making little headway on any of them. It feels, I'm trying to work on a new album. I've just been working on one song for about 3 months now, and it's just driving me insane because one day it sounds good and the next it doesn't. And one day it sounds too slow.
Why did I see you say that this would be your final album? You realize you're like fucking 29 years old, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck? You're going to give up on music when you're 30?
I also said that it was going to be my best album, which
that's also a lie.
Yeah, I want to backpedal on that a little bit because I'm not really sure how it's going to turn out. But it's going to be a fun one conceptually.
Is it really going to be your last?
I always say that because it's like once I finish an album, I hate music, and I feel like I don't know how some of these artists just make 100 songs all about the exact same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah, probably because they make $5 million off each one.
Yeah, that's probably true too. But I don't know. The inspiration for making music really dwindles as the years go on. I just become really jaded to all these concepts that seem new. When I was younger, the world is your oyster, and your first, I guess, trying to grapple some larger concepts like depression and relationship stuff. It all seems very important the first time you do it, but then afterwards, and it just kind of, you're numb to it. You don't really feel inspired to write a song about any of it.
Yeah, and you can only say the same thing the same number of times, like
Right.
it gets old. Like when people tell me I should make more Mumkeys anime reviews, it's like, well,
Yeah, and you should, man.
I made 51 of them, motherfucker. I'm not going to
True.
make more. What the fuck?
True.
I
Yeah,
already did it.
that is a lot. Well, I don't know. It just seemed like the anime reviews seemed like such a solid format that you could just ride that essentially forever.
No, let's go back to talking about your career. I don't want to. I don't want any expectations put on me. Is this going to be the long-awaited rock opera album about a homeless man?
A little bit. I don't want to say too much, and I'm actually
okay.
I know there's some things that I really can't say because I'll tell you after the show. I think I would be held liable if if I say it and release it publicly. But it's
about your own project.
Yeah, it's I have like a dumb sense of humor and I make terrible decisions and I have a plan for this. I don't know. I'll talk to you about it, and I'll maybe talk about it later after I release it.
Okay, and I will secretly record that private conversation and leak it on our Patreon. So go ahead and go over to.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
No, but it's going to be about probably someone slipping into someone who is slowly just hating the world and then slipping into an insane state that drives them to want to do really bad things.
So it's an autobiography.
Yeah, I know that's what people are gonna say.
I mean,
but no, I'm playing
accurately say.
It's coming around to where I feel like complaining about things like DoorDash and the convenience of Amazon and somehow spinning that into a hatred for the world.
Well,
I don't know, just too much convenience, too much of a good thing seems like a bad thing in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably not contributing to America getting healthier. The fact that now we can have the food hand-delivered to us from McDonald's instead of having to burn the calories by standing up and walking to the car.
Exactly. No, right. That simple thing, which is such a great innovation of technology and a society that can allow people to have food delivered to their door is awesome, except it just takes away the humanity. Like, if everything is just done for us, then we do nothing. We're just fucking living, breathing pieces of flesh that contribute nothing, are valueless, and I don't know. It just
well, isn't that their goal? They want us all to live in a pod and get our bugs DoorDash delivered straight to us. We won't own anything, and we'll never leave the house again.
We get all of our nutrients intravenous. We're plugged into the metaverse. We're just living in this fantasy world that's digitalized. Meanwhile, we're just plugged up to a machine like the Matrix, just with enough whatever to keep our vitals going, just to keep us alive and in their machine. And that is the dystopian nature of utopia.
Yeah, things are too perfect. That's kind of the contradiction of heaven.
Right. If you were in heaven and you had no urges to do anything, you had no earthly desires, then you just sit around doing nothing.
Well, let's say hypothetically, I am a saint and I've never committed a sin. So naturally, when I die, I go to heaven. But what if on earth, my deepest, darkest desire was that I wanted to marry Jane Goodall, a beautiful woman. Mm-hmm. How can I possibly consider it to be heaven if Jane Goodall, who is also up in heaven, obviously, does not want to sleep with me? Because surely she still has free will and would rightfully reject me. So how can that be heaven? That's my question.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You're thinking like a dumb human who has responsibilities and needs to fulfill, and that makes you feel good to try to achieve these goals. But in heaven, you don't have any of these needs. In a perfect utopian state, you don't have any of these needs because it's all either provided for you or you don't feel the urge to do that at all. So it wouldn't really matter if Jane Goodall was there.
I just thought of, how people say, oh, if I had a choice between $1 million or a conversation with Jay-Z, I would talk to him to, find out how to grind. Maybe I should do a similar thing where I purposefully try to go to hell so that I can, keep grinding after death. Don't get all these free handouts in heaven.
Yeah. Yeah. In hell, you got to actually work for something.
That's right. You got to earn it. And
Yeah.
it'll feel good. If you start off in hell and make your way anywhere, you're going to feel fulfilled and satisfied with your work.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's kind of a dumb, whatever 12-year-old just figuring out the world conversation, but like, heaven, eternal bliss. That means you don't need to see, you don't need to hear, you don't need to smell, you don't need to do anything, you don't need to talk, you have no urge to do any of that. None of it feels good. So you're just, I guess, a floating consciousness with no urges. So how are you even alive at that point? I mean, obviously you're not. It's all fairy tale shit, but...
Well, now that we're diving into fedora tipping atheism, should we maybe talk about World War III?
Yeah, man. And this is something that all right, listen, I'm a doomer. For real. I'm not sure if you've ever really seen my horrible doomer mentality, except for what I've said on the show.
Well,
but
I know you're the only person I know in real life who like has a freak out bag. What do you call those?
A bug out bag.
Bug out bag. Like you are literally prepared for anything because you know that bad things are coming.
Yeah. Well, I'm always that's the thing is like I almost want bad things to be coming. So then
all your investments are worth it.
Well, that too, and it lights a fire. If I'm just sitting around atrophying because I can play video games and have food delivered to my door, and then all of a sudden it's like, ooh, a threat of nuclear war. Like perhaps there's going to be a run on the grocery stores. I should stock up and feel like I'm surviving somehow. So I went through all this pretty much right when COVID first kicked off, and I went into it hard, like because I've been watching all these videos. I know we've talked about this 100 times, like watching all these videos coming out of China, crazy. They're locking people in their houses. People are falling dead in the streets, and I'm like, oh shit.
Wait, that's happening right now?
No, that was like that could have also been fake. This is something like Reactor could probably talk more on. But
yeah. Oh, something fake like, and made up. He could talk more on that.
Like a scare tactics from China to try to leak out these things so the rest of the world would freak out. And then China, obviously before they announced that COVID was really a thing, they bought up all the PPE gear. And then I think, people like me and other people who were seeing these like scary, terrifying footage of trucks going down the street, spraying disinfectant all over the place as though it was a zombie apocalypse there. We were like, this is going to be fucking huge and scary. And at that point, because I print my comics, or I used to print them in China, and I saw their factory close, and I was like, oh shit, this is real. When it gets to America, it's going to be bad. So I pretty much went on full lockdown. I got all my like, not respirators, but like weird handheld ventilators, I guess. I don't even know how to use them, but I guess in case, a loved one couldn't breathe, I could at least try to pump air into their lungs.
So you'll buy experimental things like that, but you won't just get the vaccine?
Well, I did have COVID. I did catch COVID. I'm not sure if I told you.
Natural vaccine.
Yeah, right. It was funny because, like, obviously now I'm pretty sure it's kind of common knowledge that, anyone can get COVID and spread it. And it doesn't really seem like there's at least maybe in younger people, it doesn't seem like there's any difference in symptoms, whether or not you're boosted or triple vaxxed or whatever. Because I caught it from a nurse. She was a friend of ours and she was going away. So we all went out, to a bar. And then next day she's like, I have COVID. I'm sorry. And, so then slowly but surely everyone who was hanging out got it.
See, that's why you got to do what I do and only make friends with people who don't have jobs. Then there's no worry about like a nurse or, a doctor or anything like that.
Well, it was funny too, because apparently in any condition, a nurse can go back to work.
Nowadays?
So even though she had COVID and they still let her go back to work as a nurse.
I think that's a good sign that maybe it's not that dangerous.
Mm-hmm. So when I got it, it was closer to whatever Reactor was saying. I don't know what the fuck Tim had, where he was tweeting about how he almost died. Like, what the fuck was that? So I had like a headache for 2 days. I felt, body weak and then cold. And then after the end of by mid third day, it was pretty much gone. And, no vaccine. I was just taking some like normal fucking vitamins and shit. I don't even know if they did anything, but it was so fucking mild.
Honestly, at this
And
point, I'm hoping that if I do get it, it will not be mild and it will actually kill me, just so that people can make hilarious compilations of like all the times I downplayed it and said I'm not going to get
yeah.
vaxxed. Like that, they're going to have a treasure trove of hilarious
Oh, I know.
content upon my death. So I'm trying to deliver. I'm trying to say as many ludicrous things about it as possible so that when the time comes, people can have a good, hearty laugh while I'm beyond the grave.
I'm actually surprised that you haven't got it yet. It seems like everyone I know, I feel, has had it at this point.
For all I know, I did have it and just had no symptoms.
Right.
I've never
right.
taken a test, and I don't think I ever will.
Yeah, I had these like home tests, and I took 3 of them, and it was like 2 negatives, and then finally a positive. And fucking those tests cost like $30 a piece, so that was just $90 because I had to test and be responsible and blah blah blah.
And where's that money
But-
going? Who gets to collect big on all of our suffering?
Right. Hey man. Oh wait. No, we got to talk about. Let me make a note. I definitely want to bring this back up and not forget. 1 second. Okay. So yeah, the whole doomer thing. Like I went all out. The vaccine wasn't available yet. It wasn't even mentioned yet. This is like the beginning of the world, or the beginning of the end of the world. Everyone's going to be dying. 5% death rate, which is what they were initially saying. So I'm like locked down. I got a bunch of canned food and fucking got a gun almost immediately.
What kind of
I had
canned
one.
food? You got some of that. Oh, what is it called? Potted meat. Have you ever had that
Yes.
before? You got potted meat?
Wait, no. If it's called actual potted meat,
It
no. But I
is.
got a lot of
Yeah, potted
like,
meat.
corned beef.
I saw a video the other day of King Cobra JFS eating potted meat, and it looks like cat food for humans.
Oh man, that sounds bad. Oh god, I have some terrible food that I want to eat on stream. And
Like
it's-
what?
Well, I got some of these like individually packaged chicken feet that they're just completely covered in sauce. I don't know if you've ever tried to eat chicken feet. I have no idea how fucking Asians do this shit because
Is there
they
even
are
any meat?
unedible. No, there isn't. I thought there'd be meat on it. Like I made some myself before, and you think like, oh, maybe you can eat the balls of the feet or whatever, or the claws, whatever they call them, talons. But it's all just
Why would you want to
Tough-
eat the talons?
because it's
That's
supposedly
not
the bones
food.
are. I know these motherfuckers. They just eat shit that you're not supposed to eat, and they say it's a delicacy.
There's
and it
like
tastes
3
shit.
billion of them. They got to eat whatever they can.
Right. It's nothing but tendons, and these individually packaged ones, they smell terrible.
Oh,
I did get a fertilized duck egg, but I know it's not good now, so
Oh.
I can't eat it. The balut egg, have you ever seen those?
I think so, but why would you even?
That'd be rough.
How much is it? How much did you waste on that?
I don't know. I didn't buy them for myself.
Oh.
They were gifted to me. So
Sounds like something to save for Wheel of Cursed Meals 5 when you fly up to challenge me and Iggy.
yeah, Wheel of Curse Meals 5, it should just be fucking Asian food.
Yeah, Panda Express. I'm not eating that shit.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, what's worse, a fertilized duck egg or a Panda Express?
It's hard to tell.
Right. So yeah, I got like a bunch of foods like that. Whatever, just stored away just in case the supply chain broke and grocery stores couldn't get anything in. And they were limiting, things did kind of fall apart. You couldn't find soups, and the beef industry had cut down. So it's like, okay, perhaps this whole thing that we all got so used to of just having the convenience of being able to buy whatever food we want whenever we want could just end. And none of us are fucking farmers. I mean, it's tough.
Well, I do live in Iowa, so I was raised to be a
Right.
farmer.
So even if you want to make enough food for just yourself, that's tough if you're farming. You have to scale that up so fucking high. And then anyone around you, like friends and family, I don't know. It seemed like it was a scary prospect. And I kind of feel foolish now because looking back on the whole, how, I guess, into it I was that this is something like, this pandemic outbreak is the beginning of the end of the world. I got tricked. I got duped. I fell for the bait. I took China's fake videos where everyone's falling dead in the street. And, I initially accepted the 5% death rate. So it's like 1 in 20 people are going to die of this. And then it's like, all right, well, so they got me. They got me the first time. And slowly after all the information's coming out, it's like making less and less sense. It's starting to look like a big fucking payoff for pharmaceutical companies to hype up the media and control the narrative and blah, blah, blah. So now, okay, so right. So it's dying out. No one cares about COVID. Omicron's fucking stupid and fake and gay. And then we're realizing all the money that we've given away from stopping people from working, we just printed more and sent all these checks. We're overinflating the fucking dollar, pumping more into the system. And
gasoline costs fucking $4.50 in Iowa.
Wait, what does?
Gasoline?
$4.50? Holy shit. I'm not sure what it is here.
Ridiculous. I just stopped driving places. I'm done.
Right, yeah, let DoorDash handle all that.
Oh, no, fuck DoorDash, no. I'm never ordering fucking delivery again. It's such a waste of money.
It really is. You find yourself spending like $50 on like a burrito. And it's like, just go to the fucking place. It's right down, it's a mile away.
Yeah.
But then, of course, yeah, what's that going to do? Cost you half a gallon, depending on how far it is, whatever. Yeah, so, we were talking about this on the show, like how it's all going to collapse, how the crypto market's going to collapse for who knows how long.
We talked about that?
Yeah, man, motherfucker.
Why didn't you guys tell me to take my money out?
Dude, I've been saying to sell off all the stocks, and fucking you're interacting like, what? You're going to realize gains? I'm like, no, I'm just trying to get out before it gets
somebody
worse.
Play the clip, because I don't remember this conversation.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't that direct with crypto, but I mean, crypto did fucking drop a lot. I lost a ton of money. In fact, I think I'm just red on all my investments since the time I went in, which blows.
Well, to be fair, though, I felt kind of bad about that myself being in the red, but then I realized literally every single person is. So we're all in the same boat. If it goes back up, it'll go back up. I'm not going to sell it like some pussy. I'll wait 5 years if I have to. I don't need that money right now.
What choice do you have? But here's the thing: it's like if you're trying to fight inflation, good lord, it's getting. What is it at like 7.58% inflation? And if people don't really even understand what that means, that's just the price of everything that you buy is now 8% higher because it takes more money to purchase it. So you're essentially losing your savings if it's not invested in something that will make more than inflation.
And all the investments are down.
Yeah, it's all just going back to the
government. There's no way to win.
I don't know. It's so here's what I think is like all this shit. Obviously, there's like it gets technical. What do they do? Do they lower interest rates? Do they do this and that? Blah blah blah. Quantitative easing. The Fed doesn't know what to do because no matter what they do, it's going to either cause a market crash or it's going to cause inflation just to go up, and everyone's going to be fucked. So what happens? Oh, I know. Out of fucking nowhere, all of a sudden, America's talking so heavily about going into war against fucking Russia because they're invading Ukraine. And that's just going to give power. I think like Biden's trying to push that so that we will be involved so that they can do crazier things and maybe have a scapegoat for if something goes wrong with the economy. They can just blame it on, fucking Russia and Ukraine.
And historically, I don't believe an incumbent president has ever lost during a war. So maybe Biden just wants to guarantee 4 more years.
He's not. There's no way he could make it.
I hope not, but
I know. I don't know, man. I've been saying this a while, and maybe I'm just kind of losing it, but it all just seems like it's coming to a head. It's
what is it?
Every aspect of American culture and the wheels that keep it running that we all just took for granted, it's all falling apart. The supply chain could break, and then that's groceries. But like our dollar is quickly failing. I hope we don't go into hyperinflation because then I'm really gonna be glad if I had some food. But I don't know. We're going to war. It's just like I don't think anyone's even convinced or tricked. Like no one feels patriotic about this war. Maybe that's what it was like in Vietnam or during Vietnam. But it seems like every aspect is falling apart, and to sound cringy, the puppet masters and their plans are becoming more and more apparent to everyone.
Oh yeah, during COVID, the billionaires stole like another 50% of our money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's like if we can just keep manufacturing terrifying events and people feel, the citizens feel helpless, then we can do whatever the fuck we want. We can change any laws, we can do executive orders, we can force vaccine mandates, which can you imagine if they actually got through with that? And then now it's like it's so fucking futile and unnecessary because Omicron doesn't even do anything to most people. So I don't know. It's like they're closing their fist and they're putting the squeeze on.
Do you think
now.
would it be fair to say all of these major controversies and world events are just the billionaire class distracting us from literally getting the guillotine and killing them all? Because I think if we, the 99% just went and fucking killed those people, I think a lot of these issues might just disappear. I think the news might stop trying to give stories that will divide us racially and, all this shit. Because the real divide that we should be focused on is the people who stole all of our money during the pandemic.
Right. Well, here's what they're doing. So now before when it was like, politics are trying to control the power that big tech companies have. Now it's like big tech is in charge. All the politicians are in their pocket.
Yep.
And the politicians are just trying to line their own pockets by they're all smarter than us. They have the power. We all use their shit. We all rely on every single thing they do to communicate with each other and to live our lives. And so they've slowly been sneaking a noose around our neck, and we've been going, what's this? Oh, I see a bit of a rope, blah, blah, blah. And then before we're too late, it's like it's around our neck, and we're going, wow, I'm wearing a noose. This doesn't seem good. And it just slowly starts tightening, and it's like, fuck, I guess I have a leash. I'm a dog on a leash. And
if you try to fight back, that leash becomes a noose.
Yeah, and all they need to do, all they want to do is put in the proper framework and the proper plan to solidify that they can maintain power. So that's going to be mandates. That's going to be control of our money, control of the banks. If they can control our money, which they pretty much already can.
Did that not happen in Canada? Didn't Justin Trudeau say, "Oh, if you don't agree with me, I'm freezing your bank account," and then he did it?
Mm-hmm. Right. So fucking, if that's it, then it's like, all right. So then you can't use money. So all they need to do right now is eliminate paper money, actual currency that you can hold and barter with and trade on a real life human level. If it's all digital, then we have no control over what we purchase. That's all just going to be
except
whatever
for crypto,
they allow us
though.
to purchase.
Crypto,
except for crypto,
is the answer, right?
But if they can, unless they fucking put in like the policies that would somehow eliminate its utility or make it so it's not viable to use, which I know they're trying to do because they want to. Yeah, they want to have their digital currency themselves. They don't want us using decentralized currency. And literally every fucking government in the world, every person who owns wealth and controls wealth is going to actively be trying to push for crypto not to become a thing, at least in a decentralized form. They would at least want to control it. But so the people who control you are trying to destroy your ability to be free and to purchase shit, like whatever you want. And it's scary. Was it Indiegogo or who is it that Kickstarter that the truckers had, and then they pulled that?
I think it was GoFundMe.
Okay.
And GoFundMe did the same thing to me like 3 times in the past, so I'm really not surprised.
Yeah, and that's fine. That really is a private company.
Yeah.
If they disagree with whatever, fine, fuck it, fuck them.
They missed out on a really big payday when they take their fucking 12% or whatever the fuck that they don't deserve.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, we'll throw away millions, fuck it.
Yeah, why? So you can look good? Was that government pressure? Was that branding pressure? I'm not sure why they would have deleted the truckers that their GoFundMe. And so then what did they do? Didn't they set up like their own system where people could directly donate cash?
I think some other website popped up, like Give, Send, Go or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and so Justin Trudeau somehow has the power to freeze their bank account. So if someone wanted to just support their cause and give them money, he can say a fucking part. Even if it was not just him, they can just say no. You cannot own wealth. The thing that's used for all barter and trade and pretty much survival in the system that is set up.
Your wealth
So
is
why
your
would
property.
he even be allowed to do that?
They can just take
Yeah.
your property from you.
Right. And so what's to stop him from saying, say there's a new politician comes up and he's opposed to Trudeau. What's to stop him from just using the media, which is always on the side of power, to label whoever that person is as an extremist and a homeland terrorist, and then say, no, you cannot have this money and you cannot use these funds or collect donations for your campaign. You can just easily shut down any political opposition at that point if you control the money.
Yeah, what did the truckers do wrong? They peacefully protested vaccine mandates, and that was enough to take away all of their money. If a politician running against Trudeau even mentions that he's anti-vax, what, they can just take his money? Seems like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if anyone's even on the... Well, no, actually, no, I take this back. A lot of people were on Trudeau's side. They were like, the truckers are all pieces of shit, blah, blah, blah. It's whatever. I guess I can kind of understand if people are annoyed because they're like blocking off the highway. But
I mean, last time I checked,
whatever.
Nobody in Black Lives Matter who burned down a whole city.
Sure.
I don't think any of their bank accounts were frozen. So I guess honking your truck horn is worse than burning down Denny's.
Yeah, they got more money because it was the appropriate. It was a protest that benefited the people in power.
Well, if I recall, all the Black Lives Matter donations went to the Biden campaign, right?
Is that fucking true? I'm not
Wasn't
really sure.
Wasn't that a thing?
Man, that's something that Reactor would know. So all their... It was something like that, like where money donated to the organization Black Lives Matter went to support, I guess, his campaign. I have to look
because they wanted to get Trump out.
Yeah, and well, so it's becoming more and more apparent that we all are in a game. I know this all sounds cliche. This is just like, whoa, I just now figured out that we're under the thumbs of the rich and powerful elite. But like I would say that kind of tongue in cheek before, but it's like the fucking older I get and the more it's becoming more and more obvious. And things are just getting exposed left and right. Like, oh, this person completely lied about this. Wow, the politicians are all doing insider trading. That's fucking weird. And you just see these fingers that are popping up one by one around you, and you're standing in the palm of a hand that's slowly turning into a fist with you inside of it, and there's not going to be a way out once that fist clenches down. And so it's like, what the fuck do we do? Either try to get really rich right now so at least you have some sort of say in the fucking dystopian authoritarian future, or we all fight somehow. Who knows? It will probably just instantly get annihilated, wiped out. They're going to reframe it. Here's the problem. The people all can't just get up and bring all the politicians to the guillotine because the people don't even think that all the politicians are bad. Half the country likes these benefits. They like DoorDash. They like having things given to them, and they don't care what freedoms they give up as long as the check is free and it's always in the mail.
And as long as their side is in office, they're happy. It doesn't even matter.
And they don't even know what their fucking side is. They're going to switch sides based on what the media tells them because people outsource their opinions. They outsource their thoughts. Because people are, we're too busy doing our own shit in our own lives to sit here and try to figure out the full story behind what's going on related to a certain thing. Are pipelines bad or are they good? Is it create more national environmental damage, or does it provide us with the oil that will prevent us from having to, invade foreign countries to take their oil? Is Biden good? Are these truckers bad? Are they right-wing terrorists? They just listen to whatever they're told because it's easy to do that.
A 17-year-old shot two people in self-defense, and that was a news story for like 3 years.
Right. Yeah, and right, and the country was divided on it, and it's like,
and they still are.
and you think, and it doesn't even seem like a thing that could be divided on.
No,
it seems like it's all there. You can see the evidence there, but some people, they want to outsource it, and to be cliche again, literal sheep. So that's something you have to think about. If people start turning against the government in our system and really trying to tear it down, what's the government going to do, or in the media going to do? The government's going to push the mandates to the media. Money's going to control the narrative. Social media is going to control the narrative, and they're just going to say that whoever the rebellion is are racist white supremacists. And then, therefore, they use the correct trigger words that now half the country is going to be even against the rebellion. So it's going to be us fighting ourselves, not the people fighting the power. And this is what happened in the Reign of Terror in France. There was Maximilien Robespierre. He was turning against the corrupt power at the time, but he was too extreme, and he was also corrupt, and he was beheading anyone who started to oppose him. So then a whole nother faction of rebellion had to pop up to take down Maximilien Robespierre, and eventually it stabilized, but not without a ton of bloodshed. So what were we talking about? World War III? I mean, what do you think about World War III? This whole Ukrainian-Russian thing?
I'm not picking a side, although I will say invading a country is fucking stupid, and like Putin needs to, cool his horses. But again, I don't even need to put an opinion out there because it does not matter in the slightest what I think, and I really don't even know what to think to begin with. But to turn it back on you, I saw an interesting talking head on Twitter who, I guess a lot of minorities of the darker complexion have some opinions about how when all these, Middle Eastern countries and like black and brown countries get invaded by, it's like, oh, whatever. Yeah, that's normal. But then as soon as a European white country gets invaded, suddenly now everybody cares and now it's the end of the world. And I was like, okay, so they're clearly just trying to make this about them because this is a white conflict. So yeah, we got to make it all about us. But then I also thought, do they have a point? Like,
yeah.
Do we fucking care about this? Why do I care? I don't live in Europe. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. All right. So a few things, and I'd have to really see their points. One thing is that Ukraine is in NATO, so that's kind of the world collective that we're one for all and all for one type of shit. So if they're attacking Ukraine, then yeah, NATO has to respond. Now I don't know if any of these minority. Well, not minority nations, but like, brown nations that are going to war, are they in NATO? And it wasn't Rwanda, like NATO was there in Rwanda during the genocide, and they really didn't do too much.
I'm pretty sure the NATO officials in Rwanda were raping small children.
Yeah, so that's not good.
No.
Not good, NATO. So yeah, no, I think they do have a point, at least that it's fabricated, and it's not about the world helping out countries who are fighting off tyranny. It's about which nations can be benefited from going to war with. And this is why it seems like America is really, like, Biden's really pushing for us to jump into this conflict and get our hands dirty. Like, what? There's no way you can attack Ukraine because we have an angle. It has nothing to do with fucking Ukraine. And it sucks for them too. It really does suck for Ukraine. Like, a bunch of citizens are dying and shit, which you hate to see. Like, imagine if fucking, I don't know, if we were bordered with Russia and all of a sudden where you live, there's troops moving in and they are fucking your shit up. Like, you're just an average citizen and the government gives you a gun. It's like, hey, if you're going to stick around, do you mind shooting at them? You're not a trained soldier, but now you actually have to defend your homeland. And it could happen to anyone. And Ukraine's not a third world country. It's a developed nation.
That's why I'm glad I live in the middle of nowhere. People like to make fun of flyover states, but when they're dropping nukes, they're not going to be flying over me, buddy.
Yeah, they can't. Yeah, so I was also thinking about the nukes. I did a lot of studying at the beginning of my doomer time on nuclear blast. I read a lot of books, fiction, whatnot, but probably about like 20 different books about theorizing what it would be like.
So you know for a fact that duck and cover would work.
Yes, duck and cover would work if you get underneath your desk. And here's, okay, all right, these motherfuckers, god damn it. How can you trust any goddamn thing the fucking government says whenever they were telling everyone that the best way to protect yourself is to get under your desk and cover your head? They know you're going to be annihilated, but they want you to have just enough peace of mind that chaos doesn't ensue. And so it's like they're lying to you. Yes, no, duck and cover would not work.
What?
Most things wouldn't work. No, unfortunately, you're going to have to be way, way deep underground, have a ton of fucking concrete, and you're going to have to live down there, not for a few days for the nuclear fallout, or, the radiation to go away. It's going to be a while, and the wind's going to carry. If you're not directly hit and you're not in the blast radius of the bomb, the winds might carry it over to the water streams, over to your farms, over to whatever city you live in next to one that did get bombed. It's all going to be coastal cities. It's going to be New York, Florida, maybe Texas, California. And I mean, that's where most people are anyways. But I don't think that they are going to nuke America. But after studying this so long, it's like, there's nothing you can do.
Well, the way I see it, we nuked Japan, and they seem to be doing pretty good. So if they do drop the nukes here, again, it's not going to be on me. It's going to be on those coastal elite shitheads who are paying $3,500 a month for a 300 square foot apartment. So those fuckers will be dead. I think I'll be fine.
You just turned on your fellow countryman.
No, no, I'm not the one dropping the nuke.
Yeah, well, the nukes that were dropped in Japan were pussy nukes. They were like
really?
Little tiny. Oh yeah, dude. Have you not seen that chart of just like a SAR bomb, which is the largest one compared to Hiroshima?
I thought it was the mother of all bombs.
Atomic bomb, mushroom cloud size. Okay, yeah, all right. So just look at that image.
Okay.
So
wow, that's compared to Mount Everest. Oh wow.
Yes. Yeah.
That's going into fucking space.
Pussy fucking Hiroshima, which killed the most people. Nagasaki didn't really do too much.
Really?
But it's not even bigger than Mount Everest. Yeah, it's interesting because Nagasaki, I think, was not the first choice, even though that was the bigger bomb. It was not the first location. Something happened, and so they're like, all right, we'll bomb Nagasaki instead. But Nagasaki is surrounded by mountains, so the blast radius had like a natural barrier. So it didn't do as much damage as it could, even though it was a bigger bomb than Hiroshima.
So hopefully
the
Rocky Mountains will protect me when they bomb California.
Right? Yeah, and I got nothing. I'm living in Florida.
You can go dive in the swamp.
Hang out with the manatees, the irradiated manatees.
Yeah.
Now look at that SAR bomb. Now I know the SAR bomb. It probably doesn't even exist anymore. It was a showboating thing. They took a shitload of money for Russia to develop so that they could show what they are capable of. But I'm sure, what is it, the B-83 bomb? I think that's closer maybe to the standard of what our nukes are now. So that's twice the size. I don't know. I mean, would you even want to survive?
COVID has prepared us to survive nuclear fallout. Maybe that was the test to see if we could all survive just staying at home.
I saw a Twitter thread, and it was like how to survive a nuclear attack.
Step 1, duck and cover.
It was a lot of things. Like go to stairwells and go underground if there's a subway nearby. And I swear to God, one of these threads, it was an image that said, keep 6 feet away and wear a mask. It's like, you fucking asshole. Yeah, that's going to protect you. Hey, I'm irradiated. Well, I'll just stay 6 feet away and you should be good. As though we learned nothing from Chernobyl or Fukushima.
Or from COVID.
They're still cleaning up. Yeah, it said stay inside for 2 to 3 days. I'm like, that's way incorrect. I'm pretty sure we're still trying to clean up Fukushima. It's still an irradiated site. So that would be the end of everything. That would be the end of this whole debate about who controls our money. Bank accounts would be out. You would have useless paper dollars if you had any at all. The only thing that you could have would be resources. So it might not be a terrible idea to use some of your money if you're worried about the dollar dropping. Do what the fucking Mormons did. Have a year's supply of food ready to go at any point. So in the worst case scenario, you can at least feed yourself and your family for a full year. A good water source would be nice. I'm not sure how that would really work during a nuclear war with radiated fallout, but maybe you can get a bunch of water jugs. I don't know. It would be nice just to have all this tucked away just in case. And if not, then fuck it, you're going to die. Then you got to worry about the Raiders too, because then you have all the shit and, you announced on a podcast that you have stockpiles of food and ammunition.
Hey, 3 little words.
Little training.
Fingernails, toenails, and cum. That's all the food I need. I'll survive forever.
Right, as long as they keep growing.
Yeah, they won't stop.
So, I mean, what? I don't know. I mean, I'm trying not to freak out this time and go full force.
But what is there to freak out about? I keep seeing, my favorite meme I've seen so far is like somebody saying, like a tweet saying, "I'm so tired of living through major historical events," and then it's an image of like a millennial in her apartment with a cat on her computer. Like, bitch, you're not fucking doing anything. You're not living through shit.
Now, imagine though. Imagine you were living in Ukraine.
Well, yeah, I would not want that.
You're in fucking Kiev. That's like living in New York, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm so comfortable. I got my DoorDash. Oh, I got Netflix. They're updating their price $1. How will I afford that? Oh well, who cares? And then all of a sudden it's like foreign invaders are actually boots on ground invading with guns, jets, and bombs and shelling the hell out of your city, and you go, fuck. I didn't think that was ever going to happen.
Well, the only invaders we have to worry about are Mexico and Canada, so I think we have a pretty good chance. It's not like we have Russia next door. Well, I guess we kind of do if you count Alaska, but fuck them.
Right, yeah, we'll just cut off Alaska.
Yeah, Canada can keep it.
So, so here's the fear then. The fear would be if for some reason, say the United States wants more control over Russia. We're trying to squash them as a superpower or whatever. We use the opportunity to defend Ukraine through NATO in order to invade Russia and to use our forces against theirs. Perhaps it's because Russia, we get 10% of the world's oil comes from Russia. So it would be really nice to control that and to put them in their place and to smack them down and put all these restrictions and get money out of them that they constantly have to pay back like we did with Germany. So if we can use Ukraine as a reason to do that, then that's what we're going to do.
Well,
it's like
it
in
didn't
Vietnam.
work out that great stealing Germany's money after World War I. I think they were a little pissed about that, and maybe they organized to get the money back.
Yeah, and look how well we fucking learned from that.
Oops.
We were in Vietnam for over 3 presidencies. Actually, no, I forget how many presidents. We were in Vietnam for a shitload of time, and then it came out. They're like, yeah, we didn't really know what we were doing. We were trying to control something, but I'm sure there was a lot of money being made through poppy, through trade, through whatever resources they have, and that's why we were continuously in a war. And also, it doesn't look good if you drop out of a war. You won't get reelected. So are we going to join? Here's the thing. Yeah, if we were to go to war with Russia and actually, I don't know, fight them off in Ukraine. I think we have troops in Poland right now, if that's where they're sending them. I'm not really sure why that is. I know I'm probably coming off as ignorant because there's a lot to learn about in a short period of time with this. But it wouldn't be for a legitimate reason. It would be so we could get some shit out of fucking Russia. And that might just be enough for Russia to do something crazy like, I don't know, bomb one of our coastal cities. It would probably be the end of them, but that'd be fucking nuclear war. But we already went through this whole shit for the past 50 years. The fucking Cold War was going on forever, and nothing happened. It was all a big front. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to ask, like, could anybody even nuke us? Like, they have a big ocean to fly over. Don't we have systems in place to shoot that shit down before it even gets close?
Yeah, maybe. I'm not really sure how that would. I'm not really sure how all that works. I mean, we definitely flew to Japan and dropped a bomb on them.
Well, that
no
was in the
problem.
40s. I mean, I think we have
Sure.
the largest military budget by like a multitude of 100. So I would imagine we have something.
Yeah, well, and then here's something to detect that was happening, but it's the infrastructure in place is so crazy. I mean, it's like Dr. Strangelove. You have automatic, the second America detects that a nuke is coming towards our homeland, our bombs start flying towards Russia, and then
Everybody's
you can't
dead.
stop it at that point. Yeah. And then they release more and blah, blah, blah. So could they actually do it, or would we shoot them down? I don't
think
know.
Iron Man would come, he'd
wanna
fly
look
in,
into.
grab the missile, and fly into space.
Yeah, that's what these motherfuckers think is going to happen. We're so soft and pussified that it's like we go, it's really none of our business, as though this couldn't happen here. As though
I don't think it could. I don't think we're getting invaded ever.
You don't think that? Okay, you really think that America's going to last forever? Nothing ever fails.
I'm saying we're not
It's all on the up
going
and
to
up.
get invaded. We're going to get destroyed from the inside out.
But then, who is going to take over that power? What's going to happen? Is it going to be another nation or a subdivide?
Oh, they'll never change the name. It's everybody. I mean, anybody can become president, right? We know that for a fact. So they'll just make the America they want.
Well, I mean, you can change the name. Like Soviet Union was a really strong name.
They're not going to change America's name. They're going to keep the fucking puppet show going. We don't want to give people a reason to riot.
No. America is a good name. The United States, that could easily be adjusted. The United States of what? The United Territories of Federal Russia, of the Eastern blah, blah, blah.
I mean, it looks like
whatever.
Ukraine is literally beating Russia so far. And Ukraine's kind of small and pathetic, so Russia just sucks.
Ukraine's pretty big.
Well, compared to Russia, no. And they're getting destroyed.
Yeah, but Russia's nonsense. It's all like unlivable.
Oh, like
Iceland.
Canada?
Yeah. Like most of the people are collected in, a small location near the border. I don't know. I mean, I'm just remarking on shit that I'm not an expert on this.
Oh, really?
It seems like a lot of people have different opinions or theories on what could happen, what couldn't happen, but I don't think anything's off the table.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think we were in Vietnam for a long time, and it was crazy. We've allowed attacks on our country to justify us going to war. I mean, it's released that we knew that Pearl Harbor was going to happen.
Oh, really?
So could we get bombed? Yeah, we could, and we could have probably stopped that, and yet did not. So if it will, I mean, are we going to say 9/11 is an inside job? Did we know it was going to happen?
Well, technically, it was an inside job because they hijacked the planes in America. They didn't have to fly across the ocean.
Right. I'm the older I'm getting, I'm just maybe going down the rabbit hole too far, but I do think it was an inside job.
Well, that's why they killed Trevor Moore, because he exposed it in the Kitty History music video.
Right. Yeah,
I still have not recovered from the death of Trevor Moore. I feel like that's when the world ended for me.
I mean, I don't blame you. I watch a shitload of Norm Macdonald clips every day. It's like everyone I like now is dead. It's just Patrice O'Neill and Norm Macdonald, and I just watch their content every day. As though there's more going to be coming out soon. But what can you do?
I think Trevor dying is what developed empathy within my brain, because never before has a celebrity death affected me on a personal level, and now it's like, oh, now I get it, because this is a man I've loved and respected for over a decade, and now he's just cruelly taken away.
Yeah,
it's horrible.
Yeah. For sure, yeah. And I make fun of death a lot. And mock it, and I've made a lot of tweets, fucking ripping on Russia and Ukraine, but it is shitty, and it's like I don't want to diminish what's going on there. That would suck, and that's the empathy is like, what the fuck would I do if I was in that position.
Well, you wouldn't have a choice because they have this thing called conscription where Ukraine said if you're a man between 18 and 60, you can't leave the country. Fuck you. So we're
really?
still living in 1912 on the fucking Titanic. Women and children only. Men, you get to die. Fuck you. So much for feminism, right? Yeah. I guess it just does not exist.
Yeah. Well, maybe this is what men deserve because we were in power for so long.
Yeah.
So this is the
That's one of the reasons why I'm struggling to really pick a side, because Ukraine is making some decisions I do not agree with and I think are human rights violations on their own. So fuck them.
Yeah, like what? Just like that? Like that particularly?
Yes, of course. Fuck that. Women have every right to get killed in a war as I do.
Wait, so is it... Okay, so you're saying you're not against the fact that they're making men between a certain age stay in the country, but it's that they're allowing women to not have to fight.
Yeah, it's either all or nothing. Everybody plays by the same rules. Fuck that shit. We're not playing favorites. I would become trans. Oh, I'm a woman now. Goodbye. See ya. I'm going to Poland.
Yeah, and they go... You know how quick they would say, yeah, no, fuck that shit.
That's not real anymore.
Two genders and you ain't the right one. So you got a gun, you're staying here. All this bullshit that we can, these ideas that we can explore in times of peace that are meaningless when you're on the threat, there's a threat of nuclear war. None of this shit that we care about or been bitching about for like the past 5 years matters if we actually go to war and have a threat of our citizens being attacked. Everything will change. It doesn't matter if there's enough black representation in Marvel movies.
No, that's going to be important in the post-apocalypse.
Right.
Black Panther 2 needs to still make $1 billion.
Someone tweeted out that Ukraine, it's like the George Floyd of the world or something. They just really got to make it about George Floyd.
How much fentanyl were they doing in Ukraine?
Right. Hey, there's how long have we been
almost an hour.
Almost an hour already. We've really been neglecting our audience. I've had fun talking tonight, maybe because it's like there's actually something to talk about. There's so much that's been building up. I mean, I still want to talk to Reactor whenever we can get him on next week about he got swatted twice.
Oh yeah,
we never mentioned that or never got around to it.
Yeah, I'm sure that Tim talked about it, so that's probably a more interesting version of the story.
I don't even know what episode we're on.
Nowhere near 50.
It's got to be... Really? I thought we were like 2 away from 50.
So Tim Pool for 50 is still on?
Yeah, I say Tim Pool for 50. The audience, our listeners in the Discord, they've taken to creating their own podcast.
What?
The Garbage Mice podcast.
Right.
I think there's like 2 or 3 episodes, and they're trying to get us on there. But I guess they're... At first, I was thinking about, sending the full force of my lawyers to have them obliterated. But now it's like maybe they're just holding people over until we get back on our game and get recording again.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to listen to it, but I'm sure it's a wholehearted attempt at content.
I'm sure it's a fucking basket of spurgs talking about nothing.
Well, that's what this show is, but...
Right. Okay, well, maybe it's not so crazy. Do we have any questions?
I'm not even going to look. I guarantee it's just people bitching, which they have the right to since they're patrons and we have not updated in months, but I'm not going to wade through. This is the reset. Okay, I'm going to pretend that the Q&A channel in our Discord is empty. So from now on, starting as of this upload, we will be reading the new questions because I don't want to read, when's the next episode? When's the next episode?
Right.
Why are the Simpsons green? When's the next episode? So...
Well, what about the guy who's saying the hard R N-word? He's been saying it every day for 36 days in the Discord.
Are you going to ban him for that, or is that approved?
I don't know what the rules are.
Rusty approved language.
I personally, I wouldn't ban anyone for anything, but I don't want the Discord to get taken down over some.
Yeah, if they're breaking global
shit.
Discord rules, I'd say ban them quick.
All right. Well, hey, listen there, Sir Red Edge. And also Grim, do yourself a favor, everyone in the Discord. We will ban you.
No. If Sir Red Edge changes his name to Sir Black Edge, I think he's allowed to say it.
Okay.
Because I mean,
Okay,
is
yeah, that's
Discord
fair.
really going to deny a black man the right to use his favorite word? I think not.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I guess if there's no proving it, then
He could just lie.
I'll read over the I'll read over the terms of service. I'm trying to think of what else has been happening. I've been working on a video with Emp, and I do still want to get you to do a
can
part on
I mean,
it.
I think you've teased what this is, but can we talk about that?
Yeah, probably maybe not specifically the product, but essentially I'm doing a show where we're testing and reviewing some of the most ridiculous items that they pitched on Shark Tank. But it's more than just that. Like it's gonna it's evolving. It's gonna be insanity. It's gonna be a whole experience. But so far we've tested one product and we filmed most of the footage. It's a lot of footage, and it's gonna be really hard to edit it down and to make it palatable.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit because a lot of it's unscripted, and Emp is not the most best at improv.
Oh, you don't say.
He's a slow talker, but also, I mean, I'm not necessarily either, and we're not doing something crazy like Wheel of Punishment wasn't scripted, but there was so much happening that it was actually hard to edit it down because you're always cutting out something that's good. But so far, the more I'm editing it down, I'm doing a little bit each day. It's starting to come together, and I think it's going to be a really good video that hopefully it works. Hopefully people actually like it. I want it to be informative, fun, and entertaining. Because like when in my head it was different conceptualizing it than putting it into practice. Because it's like, wait a minute, does anyone even possibly care about the later financial decisions of a guy who made some dumb product that he pitched on Shark Tank?
If it's interesting, I would be up for that.
Yeah. I've been getting mixed answers, but a lot of people do seem interested. So I just got to do it right, and so it's still going to be a little bit before I can get the video out because I'm not going to release it unless I'm satisfied with it, or else why put out more garbage into?
I mean,
world?
you could just throw it up on Rusty Cage 2, worst case scenario. Might as well make some ad rev on that. I mean, is that the video that your mic got destroyed and you lost like $200?
Yeah, I've been trying to get an armless guy for this video.
Did you find one?
And I found one. He was on Cameo, and it was like $40 to get him to say a personal message, but it'd be $350 to get him to do something I could actually use in the video. And I guess I was drunk, and I just got the $40 one.
You
and I was
paid
like, fuck,
this
he's not gonna see
guy?
the video. Yeah, I paid an armless guy to do a skit, a quick little clip for the video.
I mean,
but I'm not sure.
Just fucking put it in your video. What's he gonna do? Sue you?
Maybe.
Whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll give him the $350
No,
and say, all right, I'm
do
sorry.
not give him any more money. $40 for a fucking 10-second clip in a video is more than he deserves. What's he gonna choke you with his
have
one
any idea
arm?
what it's? Well, listen, that might be enough for someone with arms, but he doesn't have arms.
Wait,
And
he's
so
missing both?
Him filming that video. Yeah, no, he
Well,
doesn't
then
have
he
any
can't do
arms.
shit to you. What's he gonna kick you? He'll lose
That's true.
balance. He's done.
Well, he probably has a guy who has a phone with his lawyer.
I
on
guarantee
speed
you
dial.
and me could easily beat up a man with no arms. I'm not afraid of him.
Maybe I still will use it, but the actual clip too, he took some liberties, and it's just
so he
like,
ruined it.
His delivery wasn't as really what I was looking for.
You're telling me that the
Which
zero-armed man is lacking charisma? What else is he missing?
Right. Well, that's true. I should ask him. Hey, how many other parts are you missing?
You're lacking creativity, ingenuity, enthusiasm for my video.
But so the video is going to come out. I mean, I'm tired of getting messages. I've just been posting all my old videos and parts on TikTok, so I can try to maybe expand that channel just in case I get kicked off of YouTube one day. But everyone's just like, I thought you were dead. I don't know why everyone keeps thinking I'm dead. Within a month after I release a video, they're instantly go back to saying they thought I was dead again. I'm not dead. I'm working on a bunch of things that take a lot of time, and take a lot of curating and mulling over. What are you doing though? You haven't don't seem like you're as active on YouTube as you used to be.
I currently have 6 videos ready to be edited. Like me and Eggy filmed a bunch of stuff in bulk, but I've just been very slow at editing it, and I've also been outsourcing some of the editing to other people. Like Emp Lemon's girlfriend is my go-to because she's very good at it. So hopefully soon I'll be posting weekly, hopefully for quite a bit.
That'd be really cool. Yeah, outsourcing editing is, I want to do that with this series, but it's so difficult to bring yourself around to doing, because as I'm going through the footage, I'm like, I don't trust another editor to even know to. Right,
because then I feel like I'd start micromanaging every little thing to the point where it'd be easier just to do it myself. Because I see in my head how the video should be, and clearly they're not going to have the same vision.
You know what's important and what isn't, what could be cut out, and you have a hierarchy of, is this better than that? And also the creative malleability to know, oh shit, I could take this here. I could kind of switch up events to make this all flow better. I might still do it just to see if I give this footage to someone, can they turn it into something good? Because I need to just like take the chance, pay someone to do it, and see if it was worth it or not.
I don't want to be too forward, but our mutual friend, the Kino Corner, recently quit his Florida job and is moving to Texas to live with a YouTuber named Glink, and he's looking for work, and he's willing to edit for anybody, so maybe Kino will edit it for you with a friend discount.
Yeah, I'd have to see, because like, I'm sure Kino's
he's
a good
very
editor.
Good. He edited a full film. Like, he's made a feature film.
Yeah, I know, and there was dialogue missing and mouths moving and random noises that were flipping in and out.
This is like a 20-minute video, right? There's less room to fuck up.
Yeah, he doesn't. I don't know if he's like erratic. Like, does he have an erratic, crazy style of editing, or is it just he's gonna go for the standard?
He'll probably go for whatever you request.
Traditional cut. So I was thinking about getting TrashRat actually to do it. My roommate.
He's an editor?
Yeah, I mean, they just had a film festival, like a Swedish film festival, where you recreate popular movies, and he always edits all those, and they're nuts, but he edits them, and it's like he's got the same sense of humor as me, so I might try to see if I can convince him to edit some of this stuff. Like, make this not cringe. Cut out all the cringe and just turn it into fucking.
He's just gonna edit Emp Lemon out of the video.
Is cringe. This is his like his whatever, not just voice debut. Like the only time he's really showing his face and participating in a video. So I have to teach him some things.
I don't know if you've seen...
Like reading off a teleprompter.
Have you seen the Is It Kino episode of Boss Baby 2? He did appear in that, and I could not figure out how to properly chroma key his skin green, so it is just normal Emp.
Right, that's true. So there was times where we're recording something, like we're both sitting next to each other, and I'm saying a line, and I'm trying to be animated, like move my face, be engaging, and then I look back at the footage, and he's just like next to me, dead staring blankly into outer space.
He's very good
he's
very good at analyzing things, writing a script, and doing a voiceover. Not everybody is meant to be on camera.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna break him of that.
Well,
and,
I mean,
if
you can't get it to work, though, it's like a real big failure.
I think I can. I mean, I have like 5 episodes planned in this series, at least now, and not really planned, but I have the 5 products that I'm going to test. And I think it'll come together. After this video comes out, I'll know the new format. I'll be a lot more comfortable with what I'm trying to achieve, the mood of the videos, putting what where. I want a lot of collaborations, and I want it to kind of be an experience of like early 2000s television. All the good parts, and a little bit of the bad.
What kind of bad?
Well, commercials would be cool if they were funny, though.
Yeah.
There's just some like goofy aspects. I don't know. It'd be hard to say without having a proof of concept for the listeners to see, but the video will come out and they'll love it.
They better not be a 10 out of 10 in terms of YouTube views.
know, right?
I guess most people don't know what that means.
I'm sure it will. Yeah, when you upload a video, YouTube tells you how it's performing compared to 9 of your other most recent videos, and most of mine are 10 out of 10s. But then they end up, they jump up through the charts. So it'll start at 10 out of 10, which is fucking weird, and then slowly it'll overtake the other ones. And that seems to normally be how my videos go. It's never just like a major hit right off the bat. Hopefully I can change that with a good thumbnail.
Yeah. Don't do that fucking the last thumbnail you did, the Christmas one or whatever, the new song. That was a bad one.
Did we talk about that on the show? How I changed the thumbnail and the video started doing
no
way
shit,
better.
because the thumbnail sucked.
Yeah, I really want to like focus group the thumbnails and ask people, is this good?
I think the key is
What
to
do you
put your
think?
face in it, because you did not do that,
Yeah.
and that's why it kind of did not work.
Also, I've been seeing a lot more about how, YouTube chooses to recommend your videos based on how easily readable the thumbnail is by Google Cloud AI. So if they can register everything that's in the thumbnail and identify it and show it's safe, then they can actually categorize it and compare it to how those elements, how popular they are from viewers, like what viewers' interests are. So one thing, it was like, why everyone always makes the surprised face, like the "oh" face, is because that works really well. So if Google can see that there's that surprise face in the video, then they're more likely to recommend it. Maybe I can kind of do that tongue in cheek without it coming off super fucking corny.
Or just do it corny and don't give a fuck and make that money.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Yeah, that's true. Well, what should we wrap this up?
Yeah,
then?
I guess so. I do kind of miss Reactor.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah, we definitely got to get him on.
What has he
for the
been
next
up
one.
to? I do not watch his vlog channel. Have you been watching it?
I watched a few. It's just like I watched the one whenever they got swatted, and it was the Cass Castle, them talking about it, and that was pretty interesting. It was just really straightforward, but I guess he's just busy doing that all day. I think he was saying it last time, or I forget if it was we recorded it or not, about how he's working essentially every day on Tim's schedule. So it's keeping him busy.
I wish I had a extremely wealthy brother to employ me.
Yeah,
It's got to be nice
I
having
do as
everything
well.
handed to you for free.
I keep trying to get hired doing something for him, but they got an in-house musician. I'm like, oh, you motherfuckers.
What, they didn't pick you?
I could have done that. Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll definitely get Reactor on next time. I'm thinking I'm going to try to start this Rusty Cage show.
Oh, is that the live stream?
Where it's like I've set up all my cameras in my studio. I have it where it looks good. I can see the chat. I need to fuck with the audio a little bit more. I'd love to be able to take callers, but I'm not sure how to put a delay.
Don't take fucking callers, dude. Come on.
But if I had a mute button, or if I could hang up and mute it, it would be awesome.
Just
to take callers.
voicemails. I don't know if you want to talk to these people on your channel.
It's kind of funny because they suck. They're all autismo and they have
Have
zero
you not
charisma,
seen Tommy
so they'll
C?
call in and be like,
Tommy
"Ugh."
C has people call in and he has to blow them up because they all suck.
Oh, is it? It really doesn't come off funny then.
When I watch Tommy C do it, I just cringe because nobody has anything to say.
But wouldn't it be fun to be like, all right, caller, you're on the air. What's your thoughts? Go. Am I on the air? Yes, caller, you're on the air. Go. What's your thoughts? What are you thinking? All right, and just hang up on him.
You're a faggot, Rusty. N-word, N-word, N-word.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, but they can get your channel taken down for that. Like Wings of Redemption, when somebody does that to him, he has to delete the stream.
Yeah, that's true. I'd probably edit down the streams anyways and re-upload them. I'm not really sure if I'm going to do it on my main channel or on the second one.
Well, you did that proof of concept
some
stream, and I thought that was pretty successful. And then, like, the VOD got, like, what, 200,000 views?
That's the original stream? Yeah, I
Yeah,
just left
didn't
it
that
up.
stream do extremely well in views like after?
I guess I'm not really sure what's considered good in streams, but it was up for quite a while. It was up for several months before it got to 200,000.
That's still a shit ton for what that video was.
True. I mean, so yeah, I think if I could tighten up that concept and do that once a week, once every 2 weeks, then I could probably put on a pretty good show just with random shit, eating a fucking chicken foot.
Yeah. Well, hey, save those
but yeah,
those
get
great
you on
recipe ideas. Save those because I really want to do. Like, I actually want us to do Wheel 5 and have you and Eggy and me.
Mm-hmm. No, that'd be cool. Yeah, I'd be down. I got to go up there and visit you. Oh, I got a new cat finally. It's pretty much an exact replacement of Carter.
How old is it? Maybe it's a reincarnation.
It's 9 months, so timeline doesn't fully add up. But yeah, it's a little black female cat, and I gotta
What's the
break
new name?
it in, teach it how to. I named it Bully.
Okay, why did it bully you?
It just seemed like it rolled off the tongue. A fun name, better than Scooter or Kitty.
I think that was a catchphrase of Teddy Roosevelt. He'd say, "Bully, bully,
bully, old boy." Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, so I guess we do have to wrap this up then.
So you can go feed your cat.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, everybody.
Hey, man, it was really good talking. I miss doing this for like. Sometimes it's like you go through ebbs and flows, and I go, I don't want to do the podcast anymore, and then it's like, shit, man, I'd love to fucking talk to people and put something out, and these fans are just harassing us all day. On every
how
post.
dare they expect us to do our job? I'm so sick of it.
Yeah, fuck all y'all. But hey, thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, if you enjoyed this clip, you can watch the full episode.
I forgot we're doing that
on our other channel. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, follow the links below, watch the full episode, and we will see you over there. And thank you everyone for listening. We're gonna definitely try to record.
Well, if I recall,
soon.
The previous episode ended with us promising to come back next week, so maybe we shouldn't promise anything.
Yes. Yeah, no promises.
No promise. You'll be pleasantly surprised if you get anything.
Right.
Bye.